UFO that buzzed Joe Biden's flight is getting scrubbed from Google. Okay, let's dive in. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. And of course, just to clarify, it wasn't actually Joe Biden on that plane. That was the tanker refueling his fighter escort while he was on the ground at LAX. But there was a UFO that buzzed that plane, and I've shown that footage multiple times. And not only one UFO, but actually apparently at least 3 UFOs. And also possibly one dragon that was shared with me by Dr. Robert Shipe and that I also shared with you guys. But yeah, let's just get into it. Is Google really hiding this stuff? An unexplained white spherical object appeared to buzz the U.S. Air Force tanker aircraft assigned to the flight protecting U.S. President Joe Biden's official jet. And this is from the Daily Mail. Extraordinary footage captured by 2 aircraft enthusiasts shows a UFO buzzing U.S. President Joe Biden's flight as it comes into land at L.A. But, claims UFO expert Chris Lato, reports of the incident are being scrubbed off the internet. Love Lato. If you haven't checked out his channel, you should, do yourself a favor and do so because he's got a great channel, the Lato Files. President Biden was visiting LA last month as part of a fundraising campaign ahead of the upcoming U.S. elections. His presidential jet was escorted by 2 F-35 fighters with a Boeing KC-135 Stratotanker in support. As the fuel tanker flew in formation with the jets, a small white spherical object appeared to fly past them at very high speed. And, I've covered all this. I don't really want to go over the whole thing here. Okay, skipping ahead, since we already know the basics, it does go into the 3 craft. But here, this is talking about one particular craft, I guess that first object. We can't prove it's not a balloon, Chris Lato says, but it certainly looks suspicious. It really does, Chris. It really does. It's quite large, so this isn't just a little kid's balloon. Could it be a weather balloon in a perfectly spherical shape hanging out right there? He speculates, adding, it's possible. Totally possible, and that's the first thing I said. It kind of looks like a balloon. But there were 3 of them. And I hope somebody is analyzing the footage and trying to determine if the thing was moving against the wind or not. Or moving at all. It could have been totally stationary and the plane's just moving by it. The footage was initially picked up by a number of U.S. outlets, Lato says, but it seems like it's been wiped from Google. He shows how a link to a USA Today report goes nowhere and adds that only political blog The Hill still seems to be carrying news of the sighting. I think the reason it was scrubbed from the internet, he says, is they don't want to have the questions asked, why didn't the F-35s identify the object? I don't know if that would be the takeaway. I mean, why didn't they identify it? I don't think that... There's a lot of unidentified objects that we know that are out there, like the Tic Tac video, etc. They haven't scrubbed those from the internet. But, specifically, I guess maybe, because it was in relation to Joe Biden and they didn't want to alarm anybody. A more positive UAP identification was recently revealed by former Top Gun pilot Jack Stewart. The veteran U.S. Navy flyer, now a best-selling author, says that shortly before his retirement, he spotted a Tic Tac UFO from the cockpit of his FA-18 Hornet. He describes how his wingman saw the object turn in midair and start following him. The next day, we got a call from a guy at the Pentagon that was like heading up this whole UAP program, he says. Bottom line is they're trying they don't know what it is, and they're trying to demystify it so that people aren't embarrassed about reporting it. Yeah, I had to add his in there. I enough. Now you get to hear me recite somebody else's But yeah, so there you go. Chris Lato believes that this footage is disappearing from the internet, and that is very weird. It kind of reminds me of the alien interview that I've done several videos on. Jon Stewart, former gubernatorial candidate and wrestler Jon Stewart, not the comedian, went on my channel and did a really great interview, and I encourage you to check it out. And he found a lot of points of corroboration for that alien interview. And he says that it's legit. He talked to people that, talked to people that knew people that were there and stuff like that. He made a really compelling case, however, for that footage being leaked, or for that footage being real. And I keep on getting asked to link to that footage, and it keeps on disappearing, or I have a very hard time finding that footage. When I type in S2 alien interview, I don't get anything. When I type in Area 51 alien interview, I don't get anything either. I get Encyclopedia Britannica telling me about Area 51, but that's really about it. Oh, we do actually get a Nazca mummy video, which is something. I'm glad to see it getting a little play on Google. That's good. But as you can see, no alien interview, zero alien interview when I look for that. So, are they disappearing stuff from the internet that they don't want us to see? I think it's entirely possible. I mean, shoot, they've been doing that for years, right? It is what they do. Now, what's interesting is when I go to DuckDuckGo and I type in Area 51 alien interview, I get several videos talking about it. Look at that, So what is going on there? Are there any actual, is the whole video here anywhere? The actual source video. Do you see that anywhere? Starting to go into David Grush territory. I am not seeing the original source video anywhere. It goes alien autopsies, top facts about Area 51. But yeah, it's not really giving me the actual source video. That's only a few minutes long. So or I forget exactly how long it is. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know what all gets disappeared from the internet or what their criteria is for vanishing stuff. Is it because it's real? It was an authentic video of an alien, so they removed it from the internet. It was a real UFOs buzzing the president's refueling tanker and fighters, so they scrubbed it from the internet. Is it only the really juicy stuff that gets scrubbed? I don't know. Or do you think maybe it wasn't getting scrubbed at all? Let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook, Twitter, and Discord links below. I'd love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in an even bigger way, please consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt. See the merch store below. Or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos to check out on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.